Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. So in this one I was originally just going to talk about the article that popped up on charlieintel that basically said that COD 2019 is not going to be Ghosts 2, and then another one popped up today talking about how Blackout at the end of 2019 is predicted to be free to play. So I figured I'd kill two stones with one bird, because I like to throw a bird at two stones, right? I figured I'd talk about both in this commentary. Now, first of all, in terms of Call of Duty Ghosts 2, we know that this game is called Black Ops 4 and is Black Ops 4 simply because of the fact that the name, the brand name, is recognized. And the more recognizable the brand, the more potential income you will have. It's a business practice. It's something that happens with pretty much just about every form of business you can think of. So I think we all definitely saw that coming, right? I mean, everybody saw like a tweet from one of their devs or community managers or whatever the hell it was, and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be Ghost 2," and it's like they don't get it. I mean, everything is business first, especially with Activision and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's gotta be as profitable as possible. So that's one reason right there to basically demand that. I mean, basically not demand, but to basically say that no, it's not gonna be Ghost 2. And money talks, guys, and Ghosts 1, or Ghosts, left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. So now I am the one that has said time and time again on this channel that Ghosts could have easily been in anybody's top 3 list in terms of Call of Duty games if there were a few changes that were implemented into the game. But yeah, that basically didn't happen. But I've already made a video in the past going in depth about that, so I'm gonna spare you guys the torture for that on this one. I don't want to be too repetitive, as if I'm not repetitive enough already. But yeah, it's all about brand naming, guys. And the thing is, for me personally, even if it was Ghost 2, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be exactly like Ghost 1. I mean, it is just a name, but at the same time, a lot of people will literally react and make or not make a purchase based on the name itself. Like, you know, like for instance, it's pretty safe to say that we're never going to see a Call of Duty title, at least not anytime soon, that's going to be called Advanced Warfare 2, for instance, because a lot of people hated the shit out of that game as well. So it is what it is. And the same thing goes for Infinite Warfare, and the list goes on, right? So anything that isn't as profitable or that left a bad taste in some people's mouths or whatnot, or if there was too much backlash or whatnot, it's not going to get a sequel, at least not anytime soon. So if not ever. And obviously the second article is that an analyst predicts that by the end of 2019, that Blackout is going to be free to play. Now, this is a good move, and I see what they're doing. These guys are trying to have their cake and eat it too, right? I mean, it's like I really do think, I kid you not, another YouTuber, it might have been Thunder that mentioned this. These guys have a room full of people that literally think this shit out way much in advance, and they obviously, they're corporate, so they plan this shit out, they structure. It's like, okay, how can we make the most amount of profit with the least amount of effort in every single way possible, and yada yada yada. And if we do put an effort into something, it's like, okay, how do we maximize our profits? You know, even if the shit is shady, as long as it's legal, or as long as there's like a way we can get away with it or whatnot that won't get us in trouble, you know, it's okay, let's do it. So let's think this shit up. So but the thing is that they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, and I see where they're going with it. It's like, okay, at first when the game is out, like within its first year, it's like that's when they're going to maximize their profits, right? Within the first, like, let's say at least 6 months, right? And then sometime after that 6 months, they can maximize profits by making the game free to play. Now, if it's free to play, how in the world can they maximize profits? Well, it's things like microtransactions. If the game is free to play and there's microtransactions in that game, you have a higher potential of people spending at least some money on the game for microtransactions. Simple as that. Fortnite obviously does it, and why not? And these guys are already copying Fortnite as it is. Granted, they're doing a terrible job. But right now, granted, if Blackout becomes free to play, these guys would have literally had their cake and eat it too, because they charged, in the first year or whatnot, they charged money for the game, obviously, right, to play it, because you have to have the game in order to play Blackout. It's not sold separately. And then after that year, after hardly anybody cares about the game anymore, all of a sudden be like, hey, let's get Blackout free to play. I mean, Fortnite's free to play, and look how well it's doing. So let's do the same thing with Blackout. And I have a feeling, and I don't see why not, I have a feeling that they're going to do a rinse and repeat with Modern Warfare 4 or Call of Duty 2019, whatever it's going to be called. everybody and their mother is pretty much, and myself included, obviously, is saying that it's going to be called Modern Warfare 4, and that it is going to be Modern Warfare 4. And I have little to no doubt that it is going to be Modern Warfare 4. And if it's not going to be Modern Warfare 4, it's going to be something completely new. It's not going to be Infinite Warfare 2. It's not going to be Ghost 2 for reasons that I've already explained. So it really is all about brand name, and how recognizable that is, and how positively recognizable that brand name is. So, because sometimes that brand name will be recognizable if it's total shit. You know what I mean? So, and that seems to be the case with what most of the consumers thought about Infinite Warfare and Ghosts. Well, Infinite Warfare more than Ghosts. So, but yeah, that's basically the way the cookie crumbles, guys. And those are basically my thoughts on this stuff. So it's like, yeah, I am definitely not surprised that if Blackout becomes free to play. I'm not at all. So, and they're going to do a rinse and repeat, and why not? It's like, hey, let's profit from the game by making it free to play and just focusing on microtransactions. And it's like, hey, during that first year, let's profit even more by obviously, you know, making it a part of the game and charging people full price if that's all they want to play or whatnot, or if, you know, whatever. So it's a clever business decision. It is what it is. You gotta admit that, you know. So again, it's all about maximizing profits, guys. Money makes the world go around, and that's basically how it is. How do I make the most with the least amount of effort? Basic common sense. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. I just wanted to share my few thoughts and just cover the couple of stories that have been picked out that have been posted on charlieintel. So I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to read them in their entirety for yourselves. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the subject. And as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and the commentary. And if you did, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.